This is a little village called Rushock, which is just outside of Droitwich. And I haven't been for a long time, but it's got a lovely great big hill that you can walk down and overlook towards Hartlebury, Stourbridge, Kidderminster Way. And there's beautiful fields, and there's always sheep and horses around. And there's also this lovely church called St Michael and All Angels. So I'm just about to go in. Just about to go in. And it says, Rushock is mentioned in the Domesday Book, then being held on behalf of Urs Dabito, a Norman who had followed King William I to England shortly after the Battle of Hastings, and who was then Sheriff of Worcestershire, passing on his death to his descendants, the de Rushocks. In circa 1200, the manor was held by a Robert de Rushock, who was arrested for the murder of Walter de Portes. His property was forfeited, but he was allowed to take the habit of a monk and retire to a monastery in Worcestershire. The first chapel here was consecrated by Bishop Gifford in 1285. It was originally descendant upon the church of Chaddesley Corbett, but is recorded as an independent rectory by 1535. Parish life continued over the years, and in 1686 the minister and churchwardens petitioned Bishop Thomas to establish their own graveyard, on the basis that, by reason of ye badness of ye way, great inconveniences have often happened, when taking bodies for burial in Chaddesley. Built in 1756 to 1758 by Roger Ekin, the current church was substantially remodelled in 1872 with an organ by Nicholasson of Worcester. And the Battle of Worcester took place on 3rd of September 1651, marking the final defeat of the Royalists in the English Civil War, and it is believed that Charles I passed through the village on his flight from the battle. And I'll leave the rest and we'll go on inside. I'd forgotten what a nice church it is in here. It's sweet, nice and small. It reminds me of Hadser Church in Droitwich. It's got a nice vaulted ceiling. There's the organ up there. The view outside this church is absolutely outstanding. And we're going to a famous drummer's burial. And I'm just going to walk across. Got the drumsticks still on his grave. In fact, extra ones since I last came. And my son's a drummer, was a drummer, is a drummer. He doesn't like to drum, he rather likes to sing, but he did drum. He died young. He died, John Henry Bonham, who died September the 25th, 1980, aged 32. And somebody's put here, Bonzo, to the greatest drummer who's ever lived. I leave you my first ever symbol as a memory of how much you've inspired me and millions of others to be the best drummers that we can. May you rest easily knowing the massive legacy you left behind for the pod and for rock music. Signed by Ricardo Rodriguez, El Paso, Texas, USA, dated 27th of December 2023. How lovely is that? And there's a picture of his face. Little toys from his family. My first spotting of crocuses or croci and snowdrops. They're lovely. Spring is gonna come. Just coming down the hill from the church to this lovely view. And it's so wonderful to see all the seasons changing. When you've got an expanse of land, you just see it, don't you, with all the wintry foliage ready for spring abundance. And there's a piece of farm equipment. I'm just going to sit on this bench, which says it's been presented to Rushock Parish Council by County Councillor Stephen Clee to commemorate Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee. So here I am, looking at the view. It's a nice dry day. We're just about to walk down this lane, so we shall move in a moment and get a different view. This machine is a harrow, I believe. It may not have worked for a long time, but after you've ploughed your field and you've got big lumps of soil, you use one of these to make the soil a finer till so that you can seed more easily. It looks quite rusty, this one. So I'm just walking down this hill. If I turn the camera, you'll see back towards the church and the bench. And If I remember, there's normally sheep on the left of this hill, but maybe not. We shall carry on down for a little while. And the hill is steeper than I remember. Let's come down the hill a little bit. That house there's got a beautiful view. If I was to have a house, it would be that white house on the hill, because it feels so serene. And what a piece of land if it was snowing. I've seen it in the snow. Fantastic for sledging. And a lovely little water feature at the end. How lovely. It's mightily cold today. I didn't think it would be that cold. And I never brought my hat. Silly me. Love the colour of the sky against the earth. Some lovely farms along the way. And I'm going to attempt that windy path if I can. Taking my time up the hill. Just turned round and spotted the lamppost, which is a nice one. And some lovely plants in the hedgerow. It's like a type of hellebore or primula, I'm not quite sure.